乾いた。大人の魅力教えてあげるわ。覚悟してもらいます。そろそろもう一杯飲んでいい？
Nine, eight, fight! Ready, go! このままでは終わらん。思い知れ、無力さを。カバー。その程度か。邪魔だ。どけ。甘いぞ。こっちだ。思い知れ。俺の無力さを。You win! Nine, eight, fight! Ready, go!それだけか。ゆっくり休め。打ち抜く。終わりだ。それだけか。承知。それだけか。俺に敗北はない。You win!
Jin Kazama.
飛んで
Jin Kazama. Jin Kazama.
殺す
Hello.
Nine, 8, 7, fight! Round 1. Ready, go!
どうした
ボディボディボディスパ
KO!
ー
You
シラフな
win!
ら負けないって言ったでしょ
Round 2. Ready, go! どっちだぜ
シーはらアクアンボディボディボディスパー
まだだ KO!
シラフなら負けないって言ったでしょ
Round 3. Ready, go!
アクアンボディボディボディスパーフィニッシュね
KO!
シラフなら負けないって言ったでし
You
ょ
win! なんで
さあ行くよ何の用だ
なんで
さあ行くよ何の用だ
I'm just trying to get the wins on this. I don't care about
9,
placing.
8, 7, 6.
Some stupid emulator keeps crashing so much during these modes. Makes it really hard for me to care, even though it's a pretty good source of rubies. It doesn't matter that much if it keeps crashing.
Go!
無駄だよ。君とも
Wish I had gotten this guy. I didn't get him though. I tried to get him, but I wasn't spending any money on the game at the time, so I
You
couldn't.
win!
やっぱり
Round 2. Ready, go!
愚か者め。
KO!
Amakusa.
You win!
やっぱり
Round 3.
And this guy,
Ready,
wrestling guy,
go!
I don't know his name. Random. Come on, please don't crash. Couldn't last like 20 more seconds. I wish they would stop forcing me to play this stupid mode. I'm so sick of that happening. Why does it do that? If it wasn't for all the fucking cutscenes, I could have finished it before it crashed, but no. They keep forcing me to play that damn mode, and it's just so frustrating because it keeps crashing. Wish I could skip all the stupid stuff like the poses and just get straight through it quickly. I try to do it as fast as possible, and that reduces the chances of it happening, which is fucking annoying. Stop crashing. So bullshit how it just eats an entry too.
Take it easy.
Why does it do that?
こっちだぜ
It's not my fault the stupid game crashed. Punished because they won't make a fucking PC port. Hate how this game is so awesome and it's stuck on stupid shitty phones.
こっちだぜ
Fuck phones for playing games. At least, like, put this on the Switch or something. It's like the only platform freaking beat-em-ups come out on anymore is stupid phones. All the emulators are garbage. They don't work. Don't fucking crash this time. So stupid how it doesn't give you the option to just try it again.
7 fight
So obviously he was going to win that one, but I don't get credit because this stupid game couldn't stabilize itself for like another 20 seconds.
Round 1 Ready Go
Eat shit, stupid wrestling guy.
Perfect You win
Get back!
Round 2 Ready Go
Please don't crash this time.
KO Perfect
Come on, skip all this
You
before it
win.
crashes.
Get back!
Round 3 Ready Go
Watch it crash again. Win doesn't count until after all this is done, so a lot of times it crashes here. Well, that's the best I could do on that for today. Thankfully I gave myself more than a week to do this, so to account for the crashes. Yeah, I only need 3 more times, so I think that's the only other really annoying one. The rest of this is just time gated. It pisses me off though. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Oh wait, no, it gave me an angel card. Let's do 2 of these. Blue, skip. Bad sign. Yep, junk. Oh, of course, Chang. It's the most common trash drop. Feel like I would have so many more rubies if I actually played Infinite Battle and stuff, but I just get so fed up with the crashing. There's nothing I can do about it. Can't skip this one.
これでもう一歩。これでもう一歩。いいわね。いいわね。飛んで。
Let me see if I can craft more of those boxes. I have like 400 of the skip tickets. So mostly I need the KOFs the most. Let me see where those drop. Probably just do the rest of this later. Did the stuff that matters. No, 400 rubies. Hell yeah. That was easy. See if I can make some more. That was pretty good. 8 boxes for 400 rubies.
うにはなれないよ。じゃあ遊んでみっか。さあ行くよ。さあ行くよ。
No, of course, crash. Somehow, navigating a menu is too hard for it to handle. It's just stupid, man. At least Honkai Impact, I have my problems with that game, but they actually listened to the community and just made a damn PC port. That port is definitely not perfect. It's really dumb how you still have to use the mobile version just to spend money on the game, but at least you don't have to deal with shit like this, where it just keeps crashing when you're in the middle of doing something. It takes like a minute to get back into the game, so a lot of times you're going to lose your train of thought. It's really obnoxious.
Take it easy.
何の用だ。
Oh, it's one of these. These are dreadful.
Mission clear.
I don't know if I got all 3 objectives for that or not. Drop some skip tickets on this to get more rubies. Oh, I did. Good. That one wasn't one of those dumb ones where it's like you need to get hit less than 10 times, and then they keep spamming those robots that keep like shooting you from like half a screen away, and there's like nothing you can do about it. The objectives for this one are not sadistic, apparently. It's actually something manageable. It's not giving me those damn S's. That's what I need. If it would give me more of those S's, I could craft like 16 of them right now. It's probably not going to give me anything from just 5. It'd be nice if I could get 900 right now. Oh wow, never mind.
Ready? Go!
Oh, here we go with the guns. Everyone's favorite thing to fight in melee-based action games. Enemies that just spam projectiles. What the hell were they thinking? It's annoying, it's just nothing but these guys. Yeah, look at that freaking range, man. It's like the full screen. Stupid. Their idea of difficulty, fun, challenging difficulty is just, let's just make these robots that shoot half screen and keep you in hit stun. Even if you burst out of it, you still get hit. It's everybody's idea of fun. Just want to clear with 20 less hits. I'm gonna bet there's gonna be like 10 of the gun robots. Make that like impossible.
二度と起き上がらないようにしてやる。
Batman. Oh, these missions are such a clusterfuck. Like, what are you supposed to do? Yeah, get over here, Terry. Freaking help me. There you go, Buster Wolf. It's like all the story mode content they've added past the Orochi saga is just full of crap like that. You need to get really lucky to clear those. It's not like it's impossible. It's just that it's not really skill based. If they all like group up on the side, then maybe you have a chance of getting that objective done. But otherwise, no. There's nothing you can do. Alright, this one is actually manageable. Just need to remember to use the supporter. It's probably gonna have like 30 gun guys though.
Ready, go!
Reception.
You win!
Alright, let's go ahead and do some loot boxes, and I think I'm just gonna stop playing this. Oh, then it crashes, of course. Of course. I really like this game, don't get me wrong, and they definitely... The update last week made the game so much better. It's not objectively pay to win anymore, at least not as much as it was. But I get really... You have to really have a lot of patience to deal with playing this on emulator. None of the emulators can handle this game. It's almost always in the menu or doing any of the, like, limited entry content. Which is really annoying because it's like a direct, like, progress blocker. Let's see, is there anybody else I'd want over Geese? I like Geese. Let's keep him. Alright, here we go. Let's get nothing. Nope, got one thing at least. Bunch of trash drops. Let's see who it is. No clue who this is. Oh, I didn't have regular Vanessa apparently. She's kind of like power creeped out of the game now because the baseball one is so much better. What's up, Anthony? Only missing 6 best characters in the game. I have everybody else. And a lot of them I don't want. I don't want the stupid Lolly Kim. Fuck that. I don't want Lolly Chang either. Elizabeth I would take. Adelheid I would take too. I hear Yushiro is pretty garbage. Yeah, I have everybody else. Too bad I didn't really get anything. I'm very close to getting the pity for that though. Okay, I don't care about Chris or Vice. Vice got power creeped. Vice is whatever. Get rid of all them. Give me a... Ah, lame. That was not worth it at all. Some whack-ass shit right there. I was hoping to get a memory. I wasn't going to use any of those characters anyway, so it's whatever. I'm not going to do that again, though. Last time I did that in Gaming 1 for the stupid lolly instead of the character I actually wanted. Oh, I need to finish this. What this game's obsession is with taking cool characters and turning them into generic screaming lollies. Like, there aren't enough of those in video games already. It's gonna be hilarious if they, like, not only make Lucky Globber a lolly, they also whitewash him. I wouldn't be surprised if they did. I would not put it past them to do that. Can't let a black dude have anything in this game. Whitewash him and make him an 8-year-old lolly. They made Brian Battler like a gender bend. But it actually looks like a cool design, and it's not a lolly, so that's always welcome, in my opinion.
Ready, go!
Guess they don't think that they can sell loot boxes for Brian Battler as a male, because he's not a popular character.
Fight!
Maybe they won't be completely tone deaf, and they won't whitewash Fess Lucky Globber. Pretty sure he's gonna get a gender bent version, but hopefully they won't whitewash him. It's anyone's guess though with this game. Doesn't help that all the lollies look terrifying too. They have like freaking piercing anime eyes that look like demon spawn.
You win!
Oh hey, I get my 10 loot boxes today. Nice, I wasn't expecting that. So pretty much all this other stuff is all... It's all, just time-gated. So I will get everything. The hardest one is going to be this one. But I think Infinite Battle Season ends next week. It ends tomorrow, so... Should be able to grab that. Don't give them any ideas, Lightside. They're watching my stream right now. I don't have any of the WWE characters. I never really was into wrestling. A lot of my friends were when I was younger. I never got into it myself. Yeah, I don't really think they fit. Kind of like grasping at straws there, if you ask me.
まだまさあ
Alright, who is this?
全てを私に委ねなさいあら久し
Oh,
ぶりね
whatever.
なかなかここ遊びはこの
That was a little underwhelming. Yeah, I got two more. Very close to that pity. Who's this? Oh, everyone's favorite. They're probably gonna make him a... I don't think they would make him a lolly, because people have always been creeped out by Choi. Ever since he's been around. I don't think they would make him a lolly. They would definitely gender bend him. He's not a character that would sell, just due to the way that he looks. I definitely foresee them doing that in the future. Let me see what cash stuff they've got. This actually seems like the best one to buy. But it is all loot boxes. You don't really get anything guaranteed from this. Actually, this one is great. But I'm kind of saving money for the Samurai Jack and Ogre Tail come out this week. So I don't really want to spend a lot on this game right now, barring a donation or whatever. I'm gonna go ahead and get this one though. Let me censor myself here. Guess it doesn't matter what screen I'm on. The only reason I'm doing this is because I'm close to the pity. So I don't know if I'm going to get review keys for either of those two games. I have a 20 in my wallet for my neighbors. That should cover Ogre Tail. It's Samurai Jack is the one I'm worried about. I don't know what kind of criteria they have for their... how they give out keys. Alright, let's go ahead and run these. And I think I'm done on here for tonight. Nothing from there. Nothing. That's fine though. Mostly just trying to get to the pity. Wasn't expecting anything. Yeah, 3 more, so tomorrow should have enough for that. Also, I'm trying to get the pity for the Kaya summon. I'm very close to getting as well, so I don't mind coughing up money for that because they actually they made this way better. They got rid of pretty much all the junk in here. There used to be a lot of junk in here, so whether you spent money or you just waited long enough to get it, well, a lot of times you would get just total junk, but now they actually improved it. Oops, keep clicking on the wrong thing. Yeah, this would be better to buy, but kind of trying to save some money. If I get both review keys for those 2 games, then I'll probably buy this. Right now, I'm not going to. Yeah, that game is crazy popular. It's like all that's been on my following list. Everybody's been playing that game. I can see why it's popular, though. I mean, I get it. It's a battle royale that's like not an hour long or frustrating, and everybody's stuck at home. It's something that you can play with people online. But I feel like they totally lucked out. Like, you know, it's a cutesy looking game. You know, kid-oriented and stuff. It's not really... Didn't really think it had much of a chance with, like, adult gamers, but... They were in the right place at the right time, and sometimes that's all you need. Yeah, I don't want to do any more gambling right now. Switch over. See what's going on Raze. I haven't played that in a while. Alright, stop loading the ads and load the actual content, please. Sometimes that emulator just hangs like that. I'm not gonna play Clash of Clans. I'm not big enough to get paid to play that stupid Raid Shadow Legends game either, so... Apparently those people actually do pay out, though. If you shill their game, they do pay you. I guess their strategy is just shell out a bunch of money to streamers who will never play the game again after that sponsored stream and hope that, like, one of their viewers gets, like, hopelessly addicted and spends, like, thousands and makes themselves homeless. It seems like their whole business strategy. Apparently it's working. Because the people who get sponsored, like, most of them would never be caught dead playing that game. But an opportunity is an opportunity, especially as a content creator. I don't blame them for taking it. I just wonder, how many whales do they get off a generic-ass game like that? So that's obviously the only reason they're doing it. You know, if they can get, like, one person hopelessly addicted that has a lot of disposable income, then it pays itself off. But I feel like they go for, like, streamers and stuff that don't like those games, so most likely a lot of the people watching won't like it either. Well, what do I know? They're making millions and I'm flat broke. They're doing something right, I guess. I'm not gonna pretend like I understand how it works, though. Yeah, Chot and Patty. Are you kidding me? Put a freaking double pirate lolly. Chot was actually pretty cool. Patty was just kind of there. Is there anything else in here? Actually, I could use the Eternia thing from this. Oh, damn. I gotta get in on this shit. That's exactly what I need right now. I need a Higi for Pharah. Alright, what all is in here? This is a discounted one, too. Turn the sound back on. Damn, they have Judith. They have Judith and Flynn. But this one's not discounted. How much is it for 1,000 of the gems? It's 20 bucks. Alright, never mind. Alright, let's go ahead and farm up 1,000 or 100 diamonds.
さっさと始めようぜ。
Alright, I can just auto-play this. They're all, like, really underleveled.
行くよ
Shouldn't be too hard to grind out 93 diamonds.
さあ行くよ
Need to see how long that banner lasts for. So I gotta pay off those games. Neither of them can be pre-ordered.
すんなよ やったぞ
仕留めた。
気を引き締めていこう
一気に片付けてやる。見せてやれ。競技。置いていったりなんかしないよ。思いを鎮める必要なんてない。
そうでねえよ気を引き締めていこう
This game doesn't crash, but it has horrendous load times. It's like, pick your poison. Gameplay in this is not bad. It's just kind of like just a basic LMBS game. There's really nothing special about it. It's mostly just the fan service is what's really cool about this game. If you've been playing Tales for like 20 years like I have, this is a really awesome game. They have like pretty much almost everybody. I think they said they want all the mainline characters in the game by the end of the year. Pretty close to reaching that goal. And they have a lot of other cool stuff too. A lot of the bosses are playable.
一気に片付けてやる。
I think the problem this game is going to face moving forward though is that they're not doing the characters like KOF. Like in KOF they have like some characters have like 6 or 7 versions, but in this game there's only one version of every character. So they're kind of burning through the roster pretty quickly. You know, they don't have like bikini versions of the characters that count as separate. That's how KOF has such a massive roster. You know, they have all those costumes and crap in the game, obviously, but I think it's going to be hard for them in like a year's time. They're going to have to come up with something. They already have a lot of really random ads, like Legendia characters and stuff. They aren't really popular. Nobody's really going to go out of their way to get somebody like Jay or Grun or Will.
さっさと始めようぜ。
Or like Tilkus or Caius or Rubia. But they're in the game anyway. It's nice that they don't discriminate. It's just that it seems like obviously some of the stuff like Tempest and Legendia characters
気を引き
are
締
not
め
in
てい
yet.
こう行くぜ油断すんなよやったな前線が向かうところ敵なしって感じだな頼もしいぜさあ行くよ
But this game also does not have the problem KOF has, where a lot of characters are really irrelevant because they don't have a FES version.
一気に片付けてやる。
Regardless of whether you like that they're lollies or not, a lot of the characters get the short end of the stick in that game. Whereas here, everybody's pretty much equal.
タイガ爆竜拳。
魔競技そこあーや
Tatsugeki Bukoken.
ぶっこ
そうでねえな。
うんいける
俺の力を見せてやる。一気に片付けてやる。
Gendo-san.
気を引き締めていこう行くぜ油断すんなよ
実に任せる固めたロンド旋風強いんだなおかげで助かった
いけるいける
電流撃実に任せるさあ見せてやる気を引き締めていこう一気に片付けてやる遠戦だ競技遅いくらいが爆流拳
魔競技そこあ
No, I don't have the guy from the other mobile game. I don't have,
雷よりも信頼疾走
I'm missing a couple actually.
おいおい
I have Sync, but I don't have his Higi, so he's basically useless. He's one of those characters that, like, apparently needs his Higi. Because the Higi gives him the Higi is like a Helmbreaker punch. And pretty much all his moves put him in the air, so you're a sitting duck if you don't have it. So, I'm not using him right now. I haven't played this in a couple days. I've been busy with KOF.
よーしいくよ
I got pretty much all the best stuff for Jude. I went all in on his loot boxes because my account was new, so I only spent like $10 on the game to get all this stuff. I picked a good time to start playing this because I started playing during the second anniversary. They were giving out like 10 free loot boxes every day for like a week. Right now I'm just trying to farm up
強いんだな
another 75 or so diamonds. Finish this event because they have a
油断すんなよ
upgrade orb for Eternia. A lot of Pharah shit is all aerial enabled, but you need to upgrade it to level 6, which requires that orb.
さあ行くよ魔競技やったぞくらえサイガ爆流拳魔競技
This shit's
どんな
sick.
敵だって俺のスピリアは止められない烈気西洋弾
I don't know, Shing's kinda gimped in this game though. He has no aerial enabled moves. Which is weird because it's supposed to be Tales of Heartsari version. That game was all about aerial combat. He's glued to the ground in this game, so I'm not really interested in playing as him. Shing's a fucking beast in Heartsar. He's really fun to play. Especially with combo command. Definitely one of some of the more fun I've had with a Tales protagonist.
いくよ
I think the only Heartsar character that has aerial enabled stuff is Kohaku. Everybody else is glued to the ground for some reason.
気を引き締めていこう
Heartsar is a damn good game. It's one of the best Mothership Tales games.
はっマジン
In terms of balance,
上々ってとこだな
like letting the player do cool combos and having
行くよ
the boss actually have a chance to fight back and making it a really satisfying mechanic that's fun to land.
気を引き締めていこう
Instead of the stuff Tales normally does where they just
さあ行くよ
randomly walk out of combos whenever they want.
遅いくらえサイガ
Feels like you're playing like a turn-based game with like
狙いは一戦
XCOM type shit.
先人将来
Yeah, that was fucking cool. Damn.
マジン
It's like even though I'm standing right in front of them and they're in hit stun, they just walk out of the combo. That shit gets really old. Innocence and Heartsar are like the only games that really struck a good balance with that stuff. It's actually really fun to land too. It was very satisfying. The only thing that was flawed about it was that
慎重に行こ
a
う
lot of the characters could not convert off an aerial counter. So a lot of characters in that game, they don't have like a Helmbreaker type move to get back down to the ground. That was the only weakness problem I had with the counter system. Was you're kind of at the mercy of whatever your character's moveset was. You could actually convert in the air.
気を引き締めてい
A
こう
lot of times if they counter and they try to burst in the air, then your
油断
combo's
すん
over.
なよ
Nothing you can do about it. That's just mostly a moveset flaw.
強いんだ
Not everybody's created equal in that game. Shin can get back down to the ground, so he can actually
片付けてやる
combo off aerial bursts, burst counters. A lot of the other cast can't.
気を引き締めていこう
行くぜ。油断
I
すんなよ
never want to play Abyss again. That game is just
遅い。
backtracking city.
魔境にそこあー突撃不幸
魔教師狙いは一戦
This is fucking cool.
鉄人だ先人将来よ
Damn, Shake. Tearing shit up.
俺寝るよ
これからもその調子で。
No, the DS version of Hearts is pretty lame. The pixel art, that's like the last pixel art Tales game, but gameplay-wise, it's very spammy and repetitive. It's got all the problems of old Tales games. Enemies just walking out of combos, and the only thing that's really effective is just spamming whatever your broken move is endlessly.
いけるいける
The Hearts R is objectively better in every way, besides not having pixel art.
拳で畳みかけるだぞ
Everything else about it has been rendered obsolete, in my opinion.
信頼失踪
Hell yeah. What a boss.
悪いな手加減を
さっさと始めようぜ。
さあ行くよはっマジンはっマジン変遷だロンドセンローダンではっロンドセンマジンこのくらいさあ助けた全法人消えて全型マジンだ競技駆け抜ける
やったね
雷よりも速く信頼失踪
Super Saiyan Zeppa. That's basically what that is. One of the most broken moves in Tales history. You can break super armor like instantly.
Sa さっさと始めようぜ。行くぜ。油断すんなよ。
バッカリューか別に任せろバッカリュー気を引き締めていこう
いけるいける
ナジンカやったぞ
やったこんなに頼りになるなんて
一気に片付けてやるゲルローダー実に任せる見せてやる気を引き締めていこう
いけるいける
はっマジンケマジンケ
Watch this shit. This is fucking raw right here. Kick him out the planet. Hell yeah.
未来は作り出すもんだ。選んだ道を信じて
Thomas
作り出すもんだ。トーマスおいおいもう。
I got shot. Wonder if she's better in this game than Eternia. I don't remember her being very useful. Max was like better than her in every way. From what I remember anyway. Oh, Patty, my favorite. Useless lolly. Actually, she's not useless, but in terms of the story, she's useless. Just like total filler arc character. Well, no, I think she's one of the best like support characters in Tales history, though. Just straight up do stop flow whenever she wants. Fill up the overlimit gauge and shit.
よーし
Actually, playing her is whatever, but I did use her a lot on my Vespi run last month.
行くぜ、油断すんなよ。
ロンド旋風。
ロンド旋風。
気を引き締めていこう。
いけるいける
頼りにしてるぜ。この分じゃ俺の出る幕はなさそうだな。行くぜ、油断すんなよ。今できることやるんだ。
いけるいける
Mega Tadpole.
ねえな。
向き合えない。それこそ失ってしまう。だから
魔競技。未来は作り出すもんだ。選んだ道を信じ
Oma
て
Seetsan.
作り出すもんだ。どうはおいおいもう。
俺の力を見せてやる。
Alright, I should get 20 diamonds from finishing this, so most likely I should be able to get that 100 diamonds tonight.
いけるいける
気を引き締めていこう。さあ、行くよ。やらなきゃ僕に対すること。さあ、行くよ。さあ、見せてやる。気を引き締めていこう。
いけるいける
向き合えない。それこそ失ってしまう。だから
魔競技。未来は作り出すもんだ。選んだ道を信じて作り出すもんだ。どうは誠一だ。おいおいもう終わりな。
Oh, that's it. Didn't even have to actually play. That's mostly just because this team is... most of them have their good stuff. Alright, so let's grab all the shit I got for that. Probably just need to do like a couple minutes more of grinding. I'll have 100 diamonds. Yeah, 65. Should be a trophy in here. Like 20 diamonds or something.
毎日来てくれて嬉しいよ。
There it is. Yeah, 20 diamonds. I was right on the money. Oh, there we go. Already done. That was easy. Alright. See if I get anything worth a damn. Alright, give me shit for Farah. It's already a bad sign. No, never mind. 2 Higis. Hope the Higis for Farah. Something for Keel. Oh, Celsius. Cool. I don't have Celsius yet. Alright, let's see. Did I actually get something good? That's a limit break for Farah. The OG martial artist in Tales history. Very first one. Oh, wait.
すっごく綺麗だね。メルディ、一緒に。
Hey, hell yeah. I think that's for Farah. Oh yeah, it is. Well, nice. That's like a pretty significant power boost. I don't know about that costume, though. Give her like a martial arts gi or something. That whack-ass shit. Ah, bummer. I don't care about Merity. That's not bad, though. Especially since that didn't cost me any real money. Why do I need to do this tutorial again? Yeah, I get it. Stop making me do this. Yes. Okay, I don't care. Come on! Shit is annoying. Yeah, I know. リットとは生まれた時からずっと一緒にす。
界のどこかに
Would have been nice if it gave me the Higi and her Hyogi. But the game said no. Dude, stop with these tutorials. Every time this game erases my account, I have to sit through those tutorials again. It's really annoying. Okay, let me figure out exactly what it was I was doing here. I have to load up the wiki. I haven't played this in like a week. Seems like I picked a good time to come back, though. I was waiting for an Eternia banner for quite some time. Hiennen Kyak is aerial enabled. Kairyu Ken is 2. Sankamoshu Kyak, that's probably a good one to do. And then, what's the other one? Yoso Rakbakushu. Alright, I think I'm done on here for now. I think I'm gonna switch consoles. The game is definitely pretty free-to-play friendly. I mean, if you're trying to, like, get all the best stuff for one character, then it's probably not going to happen without spending money. Unless you save up for a really long time, but they're pretty generous. They also give you a lot of selectors and stuff, too. You can get rid of all the crap you don't want, and you can put it into something you do want, which is something I already did. Just wish it was not on phones. Wish it was on PC, and I wish it was still in English. Kind of pisses me off how they have that turn-based Tales game, which is like something that should not exist. They have that, and they localize that, and they didn't try with Raze. They just like gave up on it. They didn't even bother to give it an honest chance. Speedo feed is black. It should not be. That should fix it. There we go. Oh, wow. Aimed directly for me. I'm tempted to reset this. Just lost like 2 lives. I don't think there's any extend in this game. This game's kind of got Gradius syndrome, too. You don't get your stuff back. game really does force you towards the bottom of the screen. That's what I don't like about it. Feels like you're always stuck at the bottom. Feels like getting any kind of forward movement is like discouraged in this game. It's kind of weird. Wait. I'm just gonna go ahead and bomb this boss. Only have one life left anyway, it doesn't matter. You can't credit feed this game. It actually puts you back to the beginning of the level. I'm obviously not going to 1cc this, so better to just burn the bombs and then just blow a credit here. I have no lives left. Good. That was pretty good for one life blind, though. Should be fine now. Those bullets are kind of really scary. You couldn't bullet cancel them. They stayed on the screen even through the bomb. This game only has 6 levels. I'm liking the length of this so far. It feels like Cyveria runs are like 15 to 20 minutes. You don't overstay their welcome. I really don't like long shmups. They're too stressful. Half an hour or less is like ideal for me. This game doesn't have contact damage either, which is nice. I just don't like how they really force you down to the bottom of the screen. doesn't feel like you ever have a lot of screen real estate. At least I don't think it has contact damage. Need that power up. Shit. Damn, those patterns are brutal. Stuck at the bottom of the screen. Wait, hitbox is like really big in this game, it seems. Fuck. I'm always stuck at the frickin' bottom. I can't get out of that area. Things have too much health. More of these. Not what I want to see right now. Hitbox is so large. Oh, this boss looks awesome. Love the pixel art. The music's really good too. Oh, bullshit. Alright. Lots of interesting bullet types in this game. I think that's actually pretty cool. It's just a lot of it's going to get you killed the first time. Stuff that can't be canceled and like predetermined patterns and stuff. I think I've got one more credit, so we should be able to clear. I guess there is contact damage. Either that or the laser hitbox like extends out of the sprite. Alright, last chance. It's probably like almost done with the level. This game's got a pretty respectable length to it. need this level to end pronto. Yes, give me that shit. The Exalted. Second form? Oh yeah, there's a second form. That was a good bullet cancel. Ah, oh, come on, it's still alive. Ah, die. Okay, I don't like this. Okay, no more forms, please. No, why is there more? Fucking bullshit, man. How many fucking forms does it have? That second form was dumb. You can only hurt it. Can only hurt it when the core is exposed. I hate shit like that. Especially since you're always forced down to the bottom. You can't, like... You're always forced down to the bottom. You can't, like, get up close to something in this game. The hitbox is really big. Still a cool game, though. Sudden, I don't know about that final boss. A little excessive. I was hoping it would die after 2 forms, but it still had more. Feels like they just force you to play like how most people play shmups. Where you're always stuck at the bottom. I wonder what the unlocks are. The length of it is quite nice, though. I definitely will give it that. The length and the pixel art and the soundtrack is really good. I don't feel like doing another run, though. Come on, XSplit. Work. Jeez. Now the controller doesn't want to connect, of course. Come on. Why is this not working? This fucking thing turned off. So I was kind of playing this game wrong the first time I played it. I tried to rush through it too quickly. This game forces you to play a lot of characters you don't want to play. But since last time I played this last year, before I traded it in and bought it again, I actually got through a lot of the really hard content. So I'm going through here to get a bunch of the better weapons, and then I should be able to play as everybody else. There's definitely a lot of really shitty movesets in this game, though. The game is definitely quantity over quality. The one I'm using right now is not that great either, but her level 4 plus boots was like piss easy to get. You kind of use her to get through a lot of the other content. The moveset itself is not that great. Some of the movesets in this game are like torture to play. A lot of them are pretty bad. Fire Emblem has much more boring movesets, but they're more practically useful. It's just that game is boring because of all the clones. Half the cast is clones, even the DLC. And they all just use boring medieval weapons. There's no like cool stuff. Allied base is under attack. You never want to see that because this game has like the most useless allies. Even by Musou standards, they can't do anything. At least this is warranted. There's a couple of the stronger generics in here. It really pisses me off when they get stuck. They struggle with like a bunch of peons. Most useless generic ally in history. Can't even handle like one officer. I'll try to prolong this as long as possible because I don't know what the S rank requirement is. Might be one of those stupid ones that wants like 1,600 kills. Try to take out every base I can. Or not. That's nowhere near enough, I know. It's not gonna give me an A rank. Must be 1,200. That sucks. Let me check. Yeah, it's 1,200, I think. Make sure. Okay, so it is B11. Make sure. Yeah, it's freaking 1,600. That's annoying. I have to farm a bunch. I really wish they would get rid of this stuff in Musou games. Like, if you clear it fast enough and you don't take much damage, that should be it. None of this stuff where you just have to keep farming useless peons. It's just stupid. No reason why that should not have been an A rank, but because I didn't kill enough peons, I have to do this again. Almost cleared out the map, too. That still wasn't enough. I like when you just get rewarded for clearing quickly and not taking much damage, instead of this obsession they have with making you farm peons. I should have checked that site before I did this. I thought there was going to be more, though. I thought they were going to like, come back or something. I have to like clear out the entire map and do a bunch of boring farming. The requirements on these is really excessive. Probably did not take out any of the outposts either. Still need 1,000. It's like not even spawning them. Allied base is under attack. It's not what I want to hear.
Yay!
'Cause nobody else can do anything worth a damn in this game. Should be a lot of peons over there, though, at least. Yeah, you're always in trouble. Suck at fighting. There's like nothing here. I'm nowhere near this stupid arbitrary peon count it wants me to get. The map is almost completely cleared out. It's nowhere near enough. These fat guys are annoying. I'm gonna have to take these out because otherwise they're gonna keep complaining for help. I don't know if there's even enough peons left on the map at this point. I'm cutting it really close. No, you don't. Should be good now. Now all I need to do is just take the officers out. Hopefully they don't get themselves killed. Freaking idiots. die, please. There we go. GG. If they ever make another one of these, I hope they make the allies actually do something. I don't think I've ever played a Musou game where they're literally useless. Usually in other Musou games, if you have like high enough morale, they can at least take out a couple generic officers or something. In this game, the only time they ever help you at all is when it's a scripted objective, like escorting them to a certain area. That is basically the only time they will ever help you with anything. Or make the game feel less like a burden. I'm surprised they didn't fix that in this version. So I know they did streamline some elements of the game to make it easier. But the AI is still dumb as bricks. This game is the epitome of Ramirez do everything. You really can't rely on them for anything besides just, like, maybe staying in a specific area. Definitely the most useless generic officers, at least. The generic officers do nothing in this game but just die and bitch for help. Okay, so what else can I get from here? So I can get through the rest of this pretty easy and get his weapon. That's the other version of Binda, the taller one. That guy, I don't remember his name. Go ahead and let all these guys transform. So I'm trying to get some weapons. Got a couple 4+ weapons today. I was playing off camera a lot today. So now I should be able to go back through the rest, and it shouldn't be as frustrating. A lot of people say on this version you want to actually speed through stuff because it makes it faster, but you have to find a balance. If you keep trying to struggle through with like no gear or levels or anything, then it doesn't work too well. Okay, there's a level 4 plus here. No, I actually can't go any farther up that direction. Defeat all giant bosses. I really don't feel like doing that right now. Giant bosses are the worst part of this game. Because it's the only way you can really hurt them is to stun them. And a lot of it is RNG. Sometimes they just don't give you the attack that lets you actually hurt them. I can see why Fall Guys is popular. It's just hasn't been a lot to watch on Twitch lately, at least with the stuff people I follow. They're all playing it. So when I'm not streaming, I tend to watch streams, and I'm usually working on stuff for the channel, like games like this, for example. I don't always stream myself playing these kinds of games. Sometimes I play off camera. Sometimes the grinding is not really interesting to watch. But lately there hasn't been much on Twitch that's been interesting. I feel like the mechanic this map has, all of the maps should have. The thing that really bogs this game down is when you're making progress and then it wants you to play as one of the characters with a really shitty moveset, and then you don't have anything for them either, so you're basically roadblocked. That's what's annoying about this game, and a lot of it just stems from the fact that a lot of the movesets are not great to begin with. A bunch of them leave a lot to be desired, so when they force you to use them, it can be a real buzzkill. But on this map, you can use an item and you can remove all the character restrictions. So then try to clear out this one, and then the other one should be much easier. You can't really combo much in this game. This is not really a combo-heavy moveset game. It's more for people who aren't like me, people who just like to kill stuff quickly. It's not an exhibition game at all. And also, the AI is dumb as dirt in this game, so you have to do everything. I had some extra money this month, and it was on sale, so I bought it again. I don't know if I'll stick with it. I probably won't. I don't mind that they want you to play as most of the roster, it's just that a lot of the roster has really shit movesets. There's just no other way to say it, really. There's definitely some really fun characters in this game. Lots of really bad ones, too. It can be really painful playing as some of them. Are really annoying. The AoE stun. Shit is so obnoxious. Dude, stop doing that. These things are so damn annoying. I don't feel like putting up with that shit right now. I wish they let you just combo the bosses more. If they don't, they get out of like everything. That's why damage is so important in that game. It's a lot harder to kill stuff with skill in Hyrule Warriors. They really basically force you to go get the weapons and level them up and stuff. But it's supposed to be like real Zelda.
やるじゃねえか。やるじゃねえか。
Here comes a new challenger! Here comes a new challenger!
My dog. Ah, fuck open world.
Please select your character. Naoto Kurogane.
I bought this game again on the Switch because the PC version of this is always on sale for like $6, but what they don't tell you is it's freaking 50 gigs. I'm not joking, 50 gigs for a fighting game is freaking crazy. They like didn't compress the voice data or whatever. Absolutely unacceptable. I'm not wasting 50 gigs of space on a fighting game. That's crazy.
The wheel of fate is turning. Rebel 1. Action.
It's like the size of a AAA game. Fighting game. Yeah.
やるじゃねえか。やるじゃねえか。
I regret buying it on PC. Dynasty Warriors 9 takes up less space than that. That's just a problem with video games in general, though, is they don't compress things anymore. It doesn't even seem to be helping with load times. Load times are like the worst they've been since like
Naoto
PS1 era.
Kurogane.
But they pass that burden onto the consumer instead of actually making things not take up so much space. No, I don't have it on PS4. The frame rate sucks.
The wheel of fate is turning.
It'd be one thing if like having games be so massive actually improve load times, because things aren't compressed. That's not the case. It's more of an off-stream game anyway. See, is there anything else on here? Frame rate in this game sucked too. The load times were like abysmal. I really wish this game was not published by Nintendo, though it could have been on PC. And combat wasn't great. It was kind of just an average game overall. I didn't like how they tried to make it like an action RPG, but all the loot is really boring, just damage stuff. There's nothing that like changes how your character plays. Builds are really boring. It's all just basically just stacking different types of damage. I was kind of disappointed with this game, really. I liked it enough to beat it, but it just didn't have enough to it. And the performance and loading times, the bad frame rate and the loading times really killed a lot of the fun, too. Especially in all the post-game stuff they added. I commend them for adding, like, more post-game stuff. You know, it's not just beat the story and do it again 30 times. There's actually a lot of cool modes in this game, but then the frame rate is like 20 FPS all the time, and you'll fight for like 45 seconds and then go through like 90 seconds of loading. I was definitely disappointed. I thought that with Team Ninja behind it, the combat would be better, but it's very simple and one-dimensional. And the console just can't handle the game. I should probably just uninstall it, honestly. The frame rate was starting to make me sick, and then the load times killed any fun it had. I regret buying the DLC more than the game. I got my money's worth out of the game, for sure. The DLC was not worth it. I'm gonna play one level of this, and I'm gonna stop for tonight. Need to get some food in me. I'm getting hungry. Yes, I played Berseria. I put up tons of videos for that game. You should go watch them. Looking forward to PS5 games being like 120 gigs. I find it crazy that they're going to have a digital-only model. It's like, it's only going to be useful in areas where you have high-speed internet with no data cap. So otherwise, downloading a PS5 game is going to eat up like half your data for the month. It's like, yes, you're saving money on the machine, the console itself, but it's more expensive in every other way. Especially since they don't compress anything anymore. Everything is just the raw data, which is not even making a dent in load times. Alright, I think I'm gonna snack up and go to bed. The person who does my graphic art just kind of disappeared 2 weeks ago, and I've been really worried about them. So it's been stressful for me. There's not really a whole lot I can do about it except waiting here and that they're okay. So yeah, that's why I haven't been streaming much. I've been really depressed. I've already lost a lot this year. I don't want to lose anybody else. It's been hard for me to deal with. So that is why I've only been uploading. I have not been streaming. I felt decent enough today, stable enough to stream, but I don't know. Ever since this happened, I just have kind of just been shut down. I lost my aunt this year, and a lot of cats and stuff, and just a lot of the ways I cope with my mental illness. It's just too much loss in a short period of time. So that's why I haven't been playing stuff like Neo either. That game actively stresses me out, and I need to watch my stress levels. So that's kind of why I bought this. Game again. I was willing to give it another chance. I had the money, so it's like, oh, why not? You definitely get your money's worth out of this game if you like it enough. I can't front it for that. You know, you can get like 400 hours out of a $60 game with this. It's just, you have to really like the gameplay loop, and you have to have a lot of patience for the dumb stuff in this game, like just all the bad movesets, and like the ally AI being like the dumbest they've been in Musou history. None of them can do anything at all. They can't even take out one like generic officer. If you can get past those problems and you like the grind, it's definitely better than Hyrule Warriors. But if you value not Hyrule Warriors, but Fire Emblem Warriors, but if you value like more of a reliance on skill and less grinding, but at the cost of pretty boring movesets, then Fire Emblem is better. I think they both have their strengths and weaknesses. You definitely get more for your money with Hyrule Warriors. Fire Emblem, the problem I had with Fire Emblem was that the grinding was streamlined. There's a lot less grinding, and you can skip through a lot of it. You can also dilute the drop pool. You can also prevent yourself from diluting the drop pool by skipping certain clear rewards. But there's so few movesets in the game. There's a lot of clones, and you know, if you don't like one moveset, that's like sometimes like 4 or 5 characters you can't use. Yeah, I don't think one is objectively better than the other. I feel like with this game, they should have done more. Like, maybe just let you get an item to just remove the character restrictions on all the maps. Would really make things go faster. Fire Emblem Warriors has better gameplay. It also runs better. Has less grinding, which, whether that's a strength or a weakness, is kind of up for interpretation, whichever one you like. And some people like Musou games because you can play them for like dozens, if not hundreds of hours. And I think that's what Hyrule Warriors really excels at. There's lots of shit to unlock, but it's a massive grind, so if you don't really like the game, then it's probably better to just stop after the story mode. But in Hyrule Warriors, the story mode is like, it's like 90% of the content. It's definitely a post-game oriented game. It's not like most games where, like, you know, the story's like 50 to 70% of the game, and then 30% of it is post-game grind. In this game, it's like 10% of the game is the story. You can finish the story in both games in one sitting, pretty much. It would only take like probably 5 to 8 hours. Actually, I forget where I left off on this game. Well, the problem with Fire Emblem is just, there's not enough movesets. It gets kind of boring grinding when everything is just a clone. There's like 10 movesets in the game.
Fire Emblem Warriors.
Choose your save data.
Also, what I like about this game is it has this option. Where do I go to get to it?
セーブデータを選択してください。
It has performance mode. This is the only Musou game that has it. And I really like this feature. You know, it knocks it down to 720p, but you get an uncapped but relatively stable 60 FPS. Man, this game is way more execution heavy than Hyrule Warriors is, because it has like the tagging and stuff. I really like that they have that. It's just more of their games should have it. There shouldn't be so many Musou games that like barely run at like 30 FPS. That's why I don't like the PS4. PS4 can't run any of the games I
長時
like.
間続けてのゲームプレイを避け、適度に休憩を取るようにしてお楽しみください。
見せてもらったぞ。
This game just needs less clones. I like how there's less grinding, but you also run out of stuff to do really quickly because, I don't know, it's not interesting grinding up a bunch of characters that are exactly the same in every way. It's more interesting when you have like a nice variety, not just like 10 movesets and nothing else.
よろしいですか。よし、行きましょう。
I know the roster was a really big complaint with this game too, but I don't know anything about Fire Emblem, so I was just kind of judging it on the movesets that it has available, and not like what characters they have.
敵を粉砕してやりましょう。私大丈夫。油断しない。行かせてください。平気ですよ。あなたもお気をつけて。大丈夫ですか？無理は禁物ですよ。はい。そうした。気を引き締めていきましょう。私がいいですか？行かせてください。
戦いの流れは見えてる。きっと勝てるよ。
任せてください。ミッション開始です。
Also, the AI actually helps in this game. That is something that's objectively better in this game than Hyrule Warriors. It can get kind of stressful playing that game sometimes because you have to do literally everything.
ミッション開始です。
大丈夫か？何かあったら俺に言えよ。
身だしなみを整えて出直してらっしゃい。よっしゃ。報告します。急いでください。
No, see, I don't know anything about Fire Emblem, so I understand that complaint, but doesn't mean anything to me. I just wish they had more. They had like a martial artist in this or something, or like more varied movesets than just swords and spears. I feel like this is a really boring IP to make a Musou out of. There's not enough like weapon variety. This game feels like playing Dynasty Warriors 6 in a way. It's all just swords and spears.
あなたの活 躍を間近で見られて
As somebody who doesn't care about the source material, I don't play Fire Emblem games. Kind of boring.
制圧しました急いでください
Allied base is in peril.
私
Ow.
がやるわ
本拠地が危ない守らなきゃ
It's not peril anymore.
敵将私がやっつけたわ ミッション成功です
This game is so much more skill-based than Hyrule Warriors, though. I remember when
開門しました
this was the first game I had when I bought my Switch. As you
ミッ
guys,
ション開始です
I did that fundraiser for a few weeks, and I raised enough money from you guys to pay for half of it, and then I paid the rest to myself. This was the first game that I had, so I only had enough money for this in like one full-priced game.
ミッショ
Actually,
ン開始です
this was on sale at Target.
来ましたね
This is like one of the few
ミッション成功です
Nintendo published,
今はこの勝利をかみしめましょ
technically
う
first-party games that's not like always $60. I didn't have anything else for a while. It took me a while to build up my library.
おめでとうございます
俺が一番だ
Well, they pick people that are similar characters, so okay. See, I don't know anything about Fire Emblem.
持ちきれません持ちきれません持ちきれません
あー
持ちきれません
I hate inventory management. Just get rid of it. I don't care.
よろしいですか
Favorite type of gameplay in a Musou game? I like when skill is rewarded. There's depth to the combat, and it's not just grinding. At the same time, I'm kind of looking for a game to grind on right now, so that's why I bought Hyrule Warriors again. With this game, I just get bored playing it because it's just all swords and spears. I don't like the mage moveset, and I don't like the bow moveset, so that gives me even less characters to use. The DLC for this was quite nice, but it's also kind of suspect how they're selling clone characters, and the only thing that differentiates them is the character model, the voice, and then one passive. And that kind of made me get bored of this game quickly too. It's just like there wasn't really much to go for. I like that there's less grinding. You can get to the interesting stuff in this game a lot faster than Hyrule Warriors, but there's just not that many interesting things to do. It's kind of apples and oranges. Gameplay-wise, I think this game is objectively better than Fire Emblem in like every way. You have the tagging, and your AI, the AI allies actually can do something, and you can order them to go to places too, which is really cool. I like how they incorporated the stuff from the native Hyrule Warriors games, and they put it in here. This is one of the few Musou games where you can actually command your AI to go somewhere, and they actually are not completely useless. Like, they can actually, if I recall, they actually can take out generic officers in this game, which is pretty rare. In Hyrule Warriors, all of them are basically useless. They just kind of, they're just there to be annoying for you to babysit. Hopefully if they make another one of these, they'll have more interesting movesets and no clones. If they're clones, at least give them like one or two unique moves or some kind of mechanic that makes them different instead of them just being the same thing with a different look and voice. Nah, gaming right now is in kind of a weird spot. It's like it's the end of a console generation, and then it's the pandemic is going on, so a lot of stuff is getting delayed. Like the Xbox is launching without Halo. Like they have like literally no games. I'm sure that wasn't the plan. I'm sure if the pandemic hadn't happened, they probably would have still made the release date, but they're gonna launch an Xbox with like no killer app exclusive. I think stuff that was like far enough along to like still get the game out on time while working from home, like the SpongeBob game, the SpongeBob remake. I know they had to work, apparently they had to work on that game for like a couple months from home, but they were pretty close to being done, so even though the game was buggy, they could still get it out in time. But like massive AAA stuff, I feel like buying the next-gen consoles at launch, there's not really going to be much to do on it. Microsoft is basically just completely piggybacking off the backwards compatibility, which will be nice, to be fair, because the Xbox One is even worse than the PS4. A lot of the games run really bad, but I don't know, spending like $500 to play old games is kind of silly, if you ask me. There needs to be some kind of exclusive. Especially now, like there's so few exclusives these days. Nintendo has more exclusives than anybody else, really. All their stuff is locked down to their consoles. But like all third-party stuff, pretty much everything comes out on every platform for the most part. So for them to launch without an exclusive is really crazy, but I'm sure that wasn't the plan. It was either delay the game and still put out the console and have nothing to play on it, or work the Halo developers to death to get it out in time for November, and probably have it be buggy and poorly reviewed. They definitely made the better choice. I think the game industry is crunching a lot less. It's not cool that people get killed and shit and then mentally broken making these games. But I think they had all their pigs in one basket. All they had was Halo, and that's not even coming out this year anymore. So I think they have an uphill battle, if you ask me. PS5 doesn't really seem to have much either, but at least some of that stuff is still coming out at launch. And I think this is going to be the weakest launch console generation. If you're not interested in playing old games, they don't really have a lot to offer. But that obviously was not the intention. I feel like both companies were planning on having a lot of better launch, but the pandemic just made it hard to put out anything that wasn't probably like 70% or more towards completion. I heard the SpongeBob game actually turned out quite well, despite everything that happened.
お、無事みたいだな。
この俺がやられるとは。
さあ、ここは引いてください。増援です。ミッション開始です。制圧しました。私が制圧しました。敵の増援です。
Yeah, apparently they had to work from home for like the last 3 months of development. I know the game got a lot of flack for the bugs and stuff, but definitely better than a lot of what other stuff's coming out right now. I'm sure that Halo game probably would have been like that if they didn't delay it.
報告します
I think it was a wise choice to do that, but
報告します
Microsoft is definitely the most irrelevant console right now, so them not having Halo at launch with no release date in sight is like a death sentence for them this holiday season.
戦いたくはないけど邪魔するなら仕方ないわ
They're not gonna sell any copies of it.
そんな
It doesn't help that they have the Game Pass too. The Game Pass kind of makes Xbox irrelevant if you have a good PC. 'Cause everything, pretty much everything exclusive from Microsoft ends up on Game Pass.
遅れは取りません
So if you're somebody who has a good PC, then there's no reason to buy an Xbox.
これも平和な未来のため
And if you have a PC, you have access to all the stuff that's not on Game Pass anyway.
制圧しました悪いわねミッション成功です制圧しましたやりましたね行かせてくださいミッション成功です増援ですやりましたね
I think this generation, it's not going to be the main like technical advancement will be the NVMe solid state drives. That's going to be huge. I feel like load times right now are like the worst they've been since the PS1 era. The load times and file sizes are like out of control right now.
この勢いで一気に
It will definitely allow less padding in game design. I'm curious to see like how much stupid stuff is there still going to be in games, like forced walking sections
やりまし
and
たね
doors that don't open for hours and stuff.
戦いたくはないけど
Like from a technical standpoint, we should be seeing less of that stuff. But game developers like to pad things out as much as possible, so I'm curious if we'll actually use that power and get rid of a lot of that stuff.
遅れは取りません
And the consoles actually being able to run something at 60 FPS will be nice too. I really don't like the PS4. I feel like the PS4 is the worst console experience I've had with like performance. Even games that should run at 60 FPS on it don't.
これも
I had a better experience with the PS3 of all things than the PS4, ironically.
ミッション成功です
But I also got a PS3 really late until its lifespan, like back in like 2011. So
開門しましたついていきますから行かせてくださいミッション開始ですミッション成功です
I would hope that the frame rates are better because the graphics aren't going to look much better. And I'm definitely somebody who prefers performance over
シーダ様と大勢
graphics.
全力で行かせてもらいます私リンデスさん頼んでもいいですか遠慮しないでシーダ私たちに怒りその胸に刻みなさいミッション成功です
I don't know, they would need something like a Basara 5 or like maybe some of the older games I like playing getting like performance patches. That'd be the only way I'd see myself getting a PS5 anytime soon.
おめでとうございますこれはみんなの力のおかげ私だけのものじゃないわ
これから
あなたと信じ合えてよかったあなたのこと認めてあげるわ
Well, one good thing about this generation of consoles, despite how shitty they are, is that they're starting to make people care about frame rate. Especially with like action games and stuff, which is the majority of what video games are, is action games. Running at like 30 FPS is just asking for dropped inputs. And people are finally starting to realize that just because a game looks beautiful doesn't mean it should run like shit, and it should be dropping your inputs all the time. There needs to be a better balance. I hope that we'll get that this generation. You know, I'm mostly a PC gamer. I just play console games on PC. So, I haven't had that problem, but like, a lot of the stuff I bought on PS4... A lot of the stuff I bought on PS4 runs like garbage. Like Gundam Breaker 3. That was like the perfect game for me. It was like a character action loot game. It was like, I would have played that game so much more, but it was making me sick. It was running at like 15, 20 FPS consistently. And with like how fast the characters can move and the choppy frame rate, it was actually making me physically sick and nauseous to play it. Like, stuff like that needs to stop happening this next gen. I would be more interested in buying a current gen console. But the PS4, I only use it for exclusives. That's it. I mean, before the pandemic, I used my PS4 a lot more because I took it to fighting games and stuff. But now that we're all stuck at home, consoles don't have as much use for me as they used to. Because I have a ton of fighting games on my Switch too. You know, I would take it to like conventions and stuff. And it's cool how you could just play with people on the Switch. You don't need to have a TV. You can just get a dock and some wireless controllers or an adapter and a stick, and you can just play with people. But ever since we've been stuck at home, I really don't use my consoles much at all. They kind of just sit in my room and collect dust. The Switch gets a decent amount of use still. But that's because Nintendo has the strongest exclusive lineup out of all the big three. That's why they can get away with consoles like the Switch, which are really, really shitty power-wise. They have really strong IPs and you can't play them anywhere else. I feel like Microsoft is going to really sting from having very little of that this holiday season. I mean, at best you could play like Call of Duty on it or something. They have like literally nothing. I don't even know what their launch lineup is. They were pretty much banking on Halo to sell units and now that's gone. PS5, I'm not even sure what's actually coming out at launch. A lot of the stuff they announced is we're going to be next year before the pandemic happened. And now that happened, and it's kind of making it hard for people to actually work in an office. I feel like the PS5 is going to be really, really banking on backwards compatibility too. But the problem is that any game that runs at like 30 FPS or lower is going to need the developers to go back and patch it, and they're kind of like glossing over that right now. You know, if it's something like Kingdom Hearts 3, like Kingdom Hearts 3 has a performance mode, so if you play that game on a PS5, it's probably going to be 60 FPS locked without anything else needing to be done. But like any of the other games, pretty much all their AAA stuff runs at like barely 30 FPS. All those games will have to be patched again. They're kind of glossing over that fact. It's not just going to instantly run better. It's not going to be like on PC where, you know, you upgrade your PC and games just instantly run better without having to wait for a patch. But I think they're kind of just hoping people won't realize that and just buy it anyway. But you're going to be in for a rude awakening. Like, if I bought a PS5 on launch and tried to play Gundam Breaker 3, it would probably still run like garbage because the developer would need to come back. As far as I know, that development team disbanded. They will definitely have to put out a new Switch soon. I don't really think they can put it off any longer. They're going to have to do that by next year. I feel like the pandemic is going to give them a little bit more time because neither of the other two consoles are going to have much of anything to play within the launch window. They're really grasping for straws right now. They have like nothing. Even if we could actually go out and wait in line for a PS5 or an Xbox, Like, there's nothing really worth doing that for right now. It's not even factoring in how much it costs, and then, the typical launch issue problems that happen every time there's a new console generation. And the PS4 and Xbox were nowhere near as bad as the Xbox 360 and PS3. Those things were like time bombs. And they barely worked. I think my Xbox red ringed like twice. And then the PS3, I had the 60 gig model, and it got the yellow light like 3 times before I just sold it. Well, hopefully they won't have a repeat of that again, at least. I mean, I would hope that it at least actually functions as intended. Because there's sure as hell no games on that thing right now. Sony's exclusives are pretty weak too. I mean, it's mostly just stuff like The Last of Us and shooters and stuff. They don't really have anything that interesting. I think Neo 2 is like one of the most interesting exclusives they've had in a while. I put up with paying for PS Plus and the inconsistent frame rate because despite my problems with it, it's still a really good game. A lot of the other exclusives that they have, their exclusives are definitely better than Microsoft's, but no one can really hold a candle to Nintendo. That's why Nintendo is doing so well. Their console sucks. It can't run anything, and the Joy-Cons are basically don't work. I think I went through like 4 or 5 left Joy-Cons before I just bought a Split Pad Pro. But they have really, really powerful exclusives. They're all really high quality games, and most of them actually run at 60 FPS too, so they have that going for them. It's just they need to realize, I hope they realize that all the ports are going to dry up. And that's what's a lot of people buy the Switch for. The first party games are a bonus, but they don't come out that often. So if you only have a Switch for first party games, then you're going to go through really long droughts. Like this year, they have like nothing. They have like nothing for the holiday season, which is really unfortunate because the other big two don't either. You're kind of just banking on people probably just buying it for like Pokemon and Animal Crossing. The Joy-Cons are unacceptable. They're the worst controllers they've ever put out. And keep in mind, I was born in the 80s, so I've been around since the NES. I've experienced all their controllers firsthand. The NES controller was not ergonomic at all, but that thing could take some punishment. I don't think I ever replaced a controller. I played on the NES for like the first like 5-6 years of my life. I don't think I ever replaced that controller. They still work to this day. People still have controllers from like 30 years ago that work. And these Joy-Cons, like, they can't even withstand like 2 months of just casual play. I'm not talking about doing something rigorous like Smash Brothers for 10 hours a day. I mean, obviously, Smash Brothers destroys controllers. It's always been that way. But, like, I didn't even use my Switch that much. I was playing like 2 hours a day, which is like a normal amount of time to play video games daily if you have the free time. And they were going out on me in like a month or two. I'm like, what the hell happened to Nintendo? They used to be known for like their controllers being made out of Nintendium. Like you could throw those things in front of a trash compactor and they would still work. And these Joy-Cons, like, just casual play for like a month and a half will kill them. They start drifting, and then they're unusable. But I feel like if they go another year without upgrading the Switch, they're in for a rude awakening, because there's going to be no ports. Ports are a big part of why the Switch is so successful, because it actually can run most games at 60 FPS, most indie games and stuff. And a lot of the really high-profile games on there have pretty decent ports, and they help to bridge the gap between the Nintendo first-party stuff. But as soon as the PS5 comes out, a lot of that shit's gonna go away. I feel like they need to do something like pronto. Probably by like June next year, they need to have a new one out. Otherwise, there's going to be no ports. And it's gonna be like the N64. The N64 had horrible software droughts because nobody wanted to develop for it. So if Nintendo wasn't putting something out, you had like nothing to play. It's gonna happen again. They're setting themselves up for it because the console is just too weak. No, the problem is that the Switch can't even run Unreal Engine 4. It can't run Unreal Engine 4, which is what prevents a lot of games from being ported. They really have to haul ass to do that at some point. I feel like the ball's in their court right now, because neither of the other two consoles are going to have anything at launch for the most part. It'll be interesting to see what happens. I wouldn't be surprised if that's what they do. Just have like a killer app, a big AAA first-party game. I'm still on the version 1 Switch. I would like the version 2 Switch because it has better battery life, but I'm holding out for the Switch Pro, or whatever the hell they're going to call it. Not being able to run Unreal Engine 4 is what's really going to kill the Switch. They're already talking about Unreal Engine 5 supporting the Switch. I'm like, what, at like 240p, like 10 FPS? Nothing playable. Alright, it's gonna be the last level. I'm gonna go to bed. Fun is ending tonight. miss so far. Usually lose a life by this point with him, as I don't play him as much as Gal. 6 lives, going to stage 6. That is it for tonight, folks. See you guys most likely in the morning. Probably play some more Hyrule Warriors, since I'm starting to make progress in that game. See you guys later. If you want to help donate towards Samurai Jack, I don't have a lot of faith that I'll get a review key, because I think a lot of people are going to be asking for it, and I know that Adult Swim Games works with an external, I guess, consumer relations company or PR company that handles all the keys now. Before, I used to just DM them and get them, but they've gotten bigger now. So I'm not really expecting to get one. So I'm going to try to raise 40 bucks. Ogre Tail is out in a few days too. I'm fairly certain I will get a key for that. I also have a $20 bill in my wallet from my neighbor, so that will go towards Ogre Tail. If not, then I guess I'll put it towards something else. So yeah, you guys can donate if you want. And that is it for tonight. See you guys later.